What's up, guys? Milo here again with another Krpano tutorial. Today I am gonna show you how to add a floor plan, just like the ones here. This one. So yeah, we add a radar that you can grab and click, which also rotates this in the same direction where you are looking at. It scales down when you click them up. Um, Another example, same thing. So I sort of have a template for this now. What's complicated with this example is because it's 2 floors, I have to switch the floor plans. For this tutorial, I'm just gonna do one single floor plan so that it's easy to show. I mean, for the tutorial. Later on, we'll get into how to do this type of 2 floors, I guess. So if you notice in the example that you're using, it's 2 floors. So I had to switch this. So for this tutorial, I'm just gonna assume it's just 1 floor. So let's start. First of all, I'm gonna hide my pretty face. Hide. Boop. We're gonna remove these scenes here. So I'm gonna comment it out. So I think I already know how to do this. I'm commenting out the next command. And then we're gonna add a floor plan. We're gonna put it somewhere in the skins folder. So this is the floor plan. Just anyway. I got this from their website. So it's a PNG image. So it's transparent. The size is 289 by 413 pixels. So yeah, put it there somewhere. First thing we need to do, we'll add the layer here. We want to put it here. So to do that, let's put it here somewhere. So here, I guess, or anywhere. You can even put it in Vitor skin if you want. So layer, name. So this will just be the black container with the image inside. So try to analyze it again. I'm sorry if I should have done that a while ago. So we have a image, and then we have a container at the back, and then we have these map spots, and when you click on it, you have an active spot, and then the radar. So that's what we're going to try to build. Let's start with the container. Plans container. This is type container. Sorry, I'm a bit low on energy because I got stuck on my first attempt. I had to figure out what was the problem. So this is take 2 already. So since it's gonna have children, we just ready the code. We're gonna put it here later. Type container. BG background color. BG color is black. The alpha. Let's make it 1 for now. Width slightly bigger than the image, which is 200 something. So we make it 300 here. Let's make it 420. This can be anything actually. And then we align to the right. And then we add a key because this won't show up actually. So save, fresh. So if we don't add this, oh sorry. If we don't add keep, it's not gonna appear. So still, this is still confusing. This is actually the use of it. So if this was inside the scene, it's gonna appear. So if we add another one here, this is gonna appear on this scene. But if I remove this here, it's not gonna appear on the other scene, which is why we have to put this floor plans container outside, like it's a global element. So, but the thing is, we still need to say keep equals true. So, I don't know why. Maybe I think the fact that it's out here, it should be a global element layer, but it's not. So, yeah. We need to add the image. So we have this part, this here. Add an image. Type image name. Floor plan image. And then it's gonna have children again, the dots. So I'm just gonna delete that there. URL is skin floor plan.png. Let's try it. So right now, by default, it's aligned to the left. We want to align it to the center. So now it's aligning itself relative to its parent. So it's not center the screen, but center the floor plans container. So if you wanted to see the difference, let's do 600. It's center, but if we didn't do this, it's gonna be on the left. So okay, 300 and align center. I think another thing that's confusing is alpha and PG alpha. So here's the difference. So right now alpha B and PG alpha are the same. If I do point A here, the children will be affected. See? So we don't want the opacity of the image to be affected. So this is 1 and I just PG alpha a lower value. That's too much. Okay, so we have a floor plan. The next thing we do is add the spots. Oh no, let's start with the radar. So this one here, the one that moves. So it's a plugin. It's free. Just download it. It is in the, so if you downloaded Krpano, it should be in the plugins under viewer. This one. So I'm not gonna copy it first. I'm not gonna copy it for now, just to show you that it won't work without it. I'm gonna put it as a child of floor plans container. So I can copy that code here. We don't need this anymore because there is no Flash version almost. I think Flash is dead. So it's plugins, radar, but like I said, it won't work. So we need to copy the one in the plugins folder and put it in your project. So it should work now. It's too big. We can adjust the scale. So we don't need this because we don't have a map element. What do we adjust? I just adjust the indentation. Let's align it to center. 0, 0. Scale, make it smaller. Half. Oh no, 0.5. So it's there for now. You can change the color blue, red, red. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try blue. I already know the color blue from my cheat sheet here. Okay, so we have that. And now we need to add the spots. So like I said, we don't have a second floor. Let's just assume that we have two spots here and there. We're gonna add it here. We're gonna add a layer. Let's call it dot label, and the properties will be type container. So, like I said, I already have a cheat sheet, so I'm just gonna copy it. So it's a circle object with a border 2 pixels. The color is white and it has a red border and a shadow. So let's try this. Here it is. So the thing now is we have to position it somewhere. So to do that, you open the map in Photoshop and turn on the info panel and just get the coordinates, the XY. So let's try, it's here somewhere, 150, 330. 150, 330, somewhere there. It doesn't have to be exact. So X 150, Y equals 330. So we need to put another one here. So we're gonna copy this. Call it dot go through and just change this X and Y. 139.71. 139. Uh, 139.71. So it's not 170. So as you saw, we did something repetitive. So instead of doing this, if you have a couple of or several layers repeating the same properties, we can create what you call a style. So it's, instead of copying those, let's create a style and name it map spot. And let's just copy the values that keep on repeating. So this one here. So what's gonna happen is it's just gonna use those properties and don't need to type them all at once again. So X and Y will be different, but we're just gonna assign a map spot. So it's the same thing. Okay, let me just take a break. I'm just gonna pause this. I'm just gonna drink coffee. Okay, resuming. So now we have the spots where the 360 scenes are, but we need an indicator which tells you which the active spot is. So to do that, we're gonna create an active spot. I'm gonna put it here inside the floor plans container. So it's gonna be its own layer. Well, it's actually similar to map spot, but with different colors. So name is active spot, and active spot, and let's just copy these and just change the colors. So blue. So what's gonna happen? We need an XY. Fresh. So there it is. So I think we have all the elements we need. It's just a matter of moving them around. So how do we do that? So what we do is every time a scene is started or starts, we call a function. So I think we touched on this before, the on start. So we do something on start. Create an action called update radar. I'm not sure if I've discussed about actions, but yeah, basically it's if you want to run a set of commands or codes, instead of typing them all in here, like set, you can create an action and put all the codes there, and you can pass values. So how do I show that? So what we're gonna do, if you're gonna move this radar, so whenever you load the scene, you're gonna move the radar to either this or this. So the dots, they have names. Do they have names? Yeah, it's dot living and dot bedroom. So what we do is pass those names, and we're gonna use it in the action. So update radar dot living and update radar dot bedroom. So to test. So how do we get those values? So the notation is %1, %2, etc. Depending on how many values you pass here. Let's say there's another text you pass here, like my name and my last name. So to access, this is %1, %2, and %2. So right now it's just %1. Let's try to debug this. So we should see that value being passed. So it's not doing anything. It's just showing that yeah, we are able to pass that value. What we do is we change the active spot and make the parent these guys. So how do you do that? So set layer active spot. This is the blue guy here. We set the parent to the one that we pass. Just not aligned because active spot edge line, we should be aligned. Let's try. So yeah, it's now moving, but we also need to move the radar. So to do that, I'm just gonna copy this radar. Oh, sorry, radar parent. We change the uh, radar's parent to the actives, to that spot that we want to move to. Okay, there it is. So I think what's missing? So the heading is wrong. So the radar also has a heading. This one. So what is it? The heading of the Krpano in degrees. So we just need to align the orientation. So right now, to do that, we're gonna change the heading here and pass it as a pass it to the update radar function. So right now we're just gonna do 0. I'm not going on the values here. This is where I do a trial and error. So we are looking, we should be looking to the right. So how many degrees is that? 90. Yeah, something there, 80. And then this one is, yeah, it's already looking to the wall. So I think it's okay. So yeah, what's next? I think Oh, something really, I think to improve this is instead of doing set, you can do a tween. So it animates a bit. See that? What is that? So instead of just jumping to the position, it slowly goes there. What else can we do? On click, we want to be able to switch scenes. So actually, this is the part where I got stuck a while ago. So hopefully I get it correct this time. So what was the problem? So we need to grab the click here. So let me pause this and review my notes. Okay, I'm back. Where were we? So we want to be able to click this. So I got stuck here a while ago and figured out what was causing it. But so let's try to see what happens first. Let's add some clicks here. Image click. Okay, works. But if I do this, this is where the problem was a while ago. So it's not working. So I had to figure out what was happening. But turns out, so map spot is a container and it's not an image, so I had to add BG capture 2. And again, this relates to what? So now we can detect the clicks. It's in the documentation. Container BG capture. So I still can't explain exactly why, but just know that if you encounter it, it has something to do with this. So when the element is a container, so just have that in mind. Um, so what we want to do is on this click, we want to load the scene. Let's create another action, or maybe no need anymore. Let's just put the code there. Actually, how do you change scene? Krpano has an action for that. Actions. Load scene. So we just call that. Load scene. And it can be what? Load scene. Load scene, the name. So the name of the scene is scene 1 and scene 2. But this is not gonna look nice because there's no transitions. So we need to add the transition. Actually, what we do, because we're using Krpano's default theme, let's try to look for where it's being used. So there is a skin load scene. You look at this one, skin load scene. So we are just gonna copy how they did it. So sorry. Where is that? Skin load scene, skin load scene, skin load scene. I'm just gonna copy this and put it here. And instead of that, I'm gonna put scene 1. So what does this do? So skin load scene loads the scene but with transition. So this one here is a setting that's part of the theme. It should be here somewhere. Let's look for it. So there it is. This is the style of transition. that the team is using. And just by adding get, it's getting that value. So it's the same as doing this. If I copy this and put it here, it's the same. So there's transition. Oh, sorry. 1 and 2. So it's the same, right? So yeah, instead of typing all that out, I'm just gonna get that right. What's next? So right now we have we have a floor plan with radars. What we want to do next is on click. What I did here was make it small when you click on it. So how do we do that? We add a click on the image and the container. So it's right now we are able to get the clicks. So we just need to add a call to a function that adjusts the size. Let's change this to toggle or plan size, or up to you how you want to name your actions. Let's just do this. And create another action here. So for sake to test, just add another trace again. Toggle. Okay, so here's the tricky part. So in Krpano and any other programming language, you can add properties or variables. So for this case, I want to add a state. Let me just look at my cheat sheet. State. Where did I add state? So here, I added a state just so that we know if it's maximized or not. So I added state, and the initial state is maximized. Maximized. So what we do here is we just change this to minimized, maximized, and toggle that. So we're calling this. What we do is we check what the state is. So if we do this, if we do a get layer, get this layer here, and call its state property, we should be able to know if it's maximized or not. So right now it's not changing, we just wanna see. So let's trace. It should say maximized. Maximized. So that we can uh, call these a lot of times without putting this code, we can assign it to a variable and let's call it state, and we put that the value of this there. So instead of doing this again, I don't understand myself. So we get state now. So it's the same. Maximized. So what's next? So we add. Okay, this is I guess kind of complex now. We're adding if else commands. So for those who don't know how to code, it's basically you are what do you call this? Telling the code to do something and do something else depending on a certain value or certain condition. Sorry. So you can find it here. If so if condition then else action. So this is how it looks. If and then you add the comma here. So this is the condition if else. sorry, that's confusing. Let's try it one line. So I want to see if the state is maximized, minimized or maximized. So if state is minimized, I do a certain code, which is that first group here. If not, if it's maximized, do the other thing. That I'm not sure if I'm able to explain this well, but state is minimized. State is maximized. So this is maximized, right? Always for now, because we haven't done anything yet. So this is equals, let's try logical expression. So yeah, if you want to see the possible values here, here it is, comparison, not equal, equal, state is equal to minimized, not equal to minimized, etc. So greater than, let's try it again. State is maximized. Okay. So let's say, let's just change this to minimized. Minimized. So it should say minimized. Oh, sorry, minimized. Minimized. State. Minimized. 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 Okay. So, but yeah, it is maximized. So let's get it. Maximized. But I think you saw what it did there. So when it was maximized, it executed this code. So what we do now is we change the scale of the floor plans container. So it's either set or twin. We twin it so it looks nice. Twin. If it's minimized, we want to make it bigger. So let's do this first. Twin layer dot scale. Not sure what value, 0.5. And then we have to set the state. Sorry, this one. We have to toggle the state. Now it is minimized. Minimized. So same here. Now it is maximized. Maximized. And scale here will be 1 because you're just comparing it to exponential. Let's try this. This should work. It is not working. What's happening? Minimize twin. That's your plans container. Scale is 1. I mean, it's not even working. We put something wrong here. Scale. Let me just pause this and look for what's wrong. So this was the problem. We just erase that. Oop! So that is not right because we forgot to add. So this is, we're twinning the scale of this. We need to add scale children equals true. So that it also scales the children. Yay! Finally. We've done it. Okay, so what are the other problems here? Because in my theme, I use a sidebar, so this could be placed here. But for this case, if you had a smaller browser, that would be covered. I don't know, well, this is not my theme, but if ever you're following the tutorial and looking for ways to improve it, let's add a Z order, a high Z order, 99. So So it's now on top of that. Yeah, it's hard to notice because the color is. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I think you see it now. So for mobile, we have to check mobile. I do something unique as well for mobile, not unique. I guess Galaxy refresh. No. Oh, this is the orientation. How do you change the orientation? Change orientation, please. Sorry, there is a rotate. Where's that? Can't find it. Whatever. Why is that tilted? Okay, so you see, it's too big. So we have to do something for mobile. Let me just think and pause. I'll pause this for now. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I was figuring out what to do on mobile because here, what I did, um, mobile view, so it's small and becomes bigger. Um, Here, as a hack, so the original scale is 1. This is 1. So that's 1. If I do zero point 0.5, this is half. But at the same time, I don't want to do anything different on desktop. So if I do this 1 here and scale at mobile, so on desktop it's still 1, but on mobile it's 0.5. But if you do this, because this state is actually maximized, right? If I click this, yeah, that's where it's funny because minimized, it says minimized. So the conditions are wrong, but it's somehow working. But it's because what happened there? Because of this. Because the state was, what was the state? The initial state was, cannot find, maximized. And then I clicked on it, and the scale was changed to zero point 0.5. The first one was changed to 0.5. And then minimized. State is minimized. Yeah, because of this. So what I did after checking my code is I'm gonna erase this and put my code here. This is my code. So I actually don't need this. So I was checking if it was mobile. So if it was mobile, my twin was 0.7 and 1. Um, but if so, this is kind of confusing. Let me just erase this. If device mobile does that, it does that, and it does that regardless. Sorry. So yeah, sorry, I'm confused even in my code. So this is the if. Yeah, this is the if minimized, this maximized. So let's not confuse ourselves. If state is minimized, if state is maximized, just put notes so that it's not confusing. So what's different this time is I am just checking if it's mobile, and if it is, I'm doing a 0.7 or 1 in here, a smaller for making it minimized. It's 0.5 on desktop and 0.2 on mobile. And maximizing it for mobile, it's 0.7 and 1. So let's see what happens. Yeah. So it's just basically a smaller scale compared to the desktop version. That's basically what's different. So here, this is scale 1, but on mobile, the maximized version is 0.7. But we need to change this to 0.7 so that it's consistent. But that still looks wrong. Floor plans what was wrong there? Floor plans contain. Yeah, I think that was it. Does it plane back to the same position? It does. So there you have it. Yeah, the problem with this is if you had 2 floors, because I encountered it in a different project. So we'll cover that in a different tutorial. So like this one. So I'm switching the floor plans. But if it's the same floor, I just do the thing we did on this tutorial. That was a long one. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again on another tutorial. Goodbye.